Hey, what's up everyone? Back for this Saturday slate. Hope you guys all had a good Friday of NBA. Had a winning day. Had to update the core. Posted it on Twitter here. Also posted in the comments of yesterday's video. These were the 6 players I ended up locking in. Joseph, Harden, Tucker, Aminu, Towns, and Teague. And on FanDuel, the same. It was a good day. Ended up posting a 306.5 on DraftKings and a 310 on FanDuel. So made out on both sites in both formats. So looking to keep it rolling today. You can like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's try to get 150 likes on the video. Let's start off here at point guard, and DraftKings did something very dumb on this slate. They did not price any of the Timberwolves up. Their prices have come down. I don't expect Wiggins to be back in this game. I mean, he was out Friday. I think he might miss maybe one more game. I don't know. We'll see when his status gets cleared up. But if he's out, then they did a terrible job of pricing, because you got cheaper prices on Jeff Teague is at 51. You got Culver priced down to 4K. You have Covington priced the same at 48, and Towns at $100 more. And the Rockets is even dumber without Westbrook. They knew he was going to rest, and they still put Harden at just 12-2. Rivers is 37. Tucker is 44. His price tag went down. And yeah, those are the 3 that I want, and maybe Ben McLemore. So that game stack is the best stack on the slate by far. That's going to be where I have all my interest. And then some other spots where I want to look is we'll see on the Pelicans here, depending on some of the statuses of Lonzo Ball status will be kind of important for Drew Holiday. Brandon Ingram looks like he will be back. And then you have J.J. Redick is questionable. We'll see if he can give it a go. And then on the Spurs, DeJounte Murray is out, so you got Patty Mills at 36 and White at 45, looking like good value plays. And on the Clippers, the biggest one is Kawhi Leonard, so that will definitely be important. So once again, as we get news later in the day, I'll update you guys on Twitter and stuff. Let's get into it here at point guard. It's going to be Austin Rivers just because he is so cheap. He's going to see 30-plus minutes, probably see 35 minutes-ish in this one. He's just going to have to play without Westbrook. They don't really have any other options at point guard. Harden can obviously slide over at point guard, but Rivers will then slide over to the shooting guard position. The matchup here is great. Both teams play fast. They both are on a back-to-back, but it's one of those situations where they're going to have to play these guys a lot of minutes because they don't have many options. Both teams, if Wiggins is out. So, got to like Rivers at 3,700. You got to lock in Harden. I mean, he was crushing it. He's playing 40 minutes a night. Recently, he's putting out 44 real-life points. He put out 40-plus in 4 games. Other game, he got 39 real-life points scored. Just a monster for 70-plus points. He has 70-plus points in 5 of 6 games. On a tear. This matchup against Minnesota is great. I'm expecting a very high game in this one. I could see like a 245-ish total, 250. I'm expecting somewhere in that range because, both teams don't really play defense, and they're both going to be kind of tired. So even less of an effort on the defensive end is what I would see. Small forward here, that Kawhi Leonard news will definitely be important because if he's out, then Paul George looks pretty enticing here at 7,900. Played 24 minutes. That should go up to like 26, 28-ish. And he's still very nicely priced at 7,900. Jimmy Butler is also appealing at 7,600. Other guys that look fine here are those guys. Covington looks amazing at 4,800. He's just going to have to play a lot. He still hasn't been playing that many minutes, but it was due to a blowout against Washington. And the other games, I guess you could say it was because, with Wiggins there, they had one extra wing, but they don't really have that luxury now. Last time, a game yesterday against Washington, I would have expected him to play 30 minutes if that game wasn't a blowout at the end. He's been fine this year, shooting the ball fine, good defensive player as always, and he plays power forward, so that gives him added opportunities for rebounds. Josh Okogie, decent. PJ Tucker, I love that price tag. Could go to JaMychal Green if Leonard's out. And maybe Ben McLemore at 38. But definitely going to go with PJ Tucker here. Mainly because he's going to play 40 minutes again, probably. Like I said yesterday, he's going to play backup 5 in these situations. He did play some backup 5, and he got 12 rebounds, his highest rebounding total of the game. He only scored 5 points, but he's not much of a shooter, not much of a scorer, but I think if you give him 40 minutes, he can expect a double-double or get close to a double-double, or at least have a chance for that. He's going to pull down rebounds. He's going to get his steals, blocks, all that good stuff, and they're going to need him out there just because, and this is also a spot where the Timberwolves play a pretty small guy at power forward, Covington, not your prototypical power forward, so should be a good matchup for Tucker. At power forward here, we have now is when I start getting in on the Timberwolves on the other side. I think this game is just the best stack on the slate if Wiggins is out. If he's in, then you could definitely make some changes here. I probably will, but other guys that look appealing are Lamarcus Aldridge, 6,600, facing his former team. Julius Randle down to 6,400 is nicely priced. Cheapest price tag he's been. But Covington at 48, still appealing. At center, I like Pascal Siakam. I like Karl Anthony Towns. Towns had 7 turnovers. He did get a double-double, but he was good, but he wasn't amazing. This matchup against Houston is going to be a really good one for him just because they don't have anybody really there. Chandler's on a back-to-back. He barely played last time. They played like 16 minutes. I could see that same thing, so we'll see a lot of minutes without a prototypical center for the Rockets. And if they do play Hartenstein, he's not very good, so Towns should eat him up for lunch. Other guys that look fine here, talked about Randall, maybe Whiteside, 63. And then if you're going cheap here, maybe Len has been playing better at 45. Len or Damian Jones, they've been kind of splitting the center minutes, but I definitely want to go with another route, kind of same thing I did yesterday, get Towns and Harden in there, and then go ahead and grab Jeff Teague, guess who's too cheap, 5,100. I'm going to see decent minutes at this price tag. Good chance to rack up assists. He's been a decent shooter this year, he's shooting 48% from the floor. And you can get up to over 30 minutes in competitive games. He's just really cheap for, if Wiggins is out, that looks really appealing. So that's what I'm liking here on DraftKings. And also another thing I want to point out is the Pacers are a little banged up here. Brogdon injured his back. He will probably miss. So if he's out, then you can go to Aaron Holiday, 49. His price tag is a little bit, I think it's where it should be on DraftKings, 4,900. But I think TJ McConnell looks appealing here. 3,700 for TJ. If Brogdon is indeed out, that looks fine. See how many minutes Brogdon did play before he got hurt. He only played 9 minutes, so I think McConnell makes for a good value play. If you don't want to play Austin Rivers, you could play TJ McConnell there. But yeah, it was Justin Holiday who started for Brogdon in the second half, but McConnell will still get decent minutes off the bench. And now let's look at over on FanDuel. Here we have at point guard. Point guard, you got the same kind of guys. You got Luka at the top. Luka, Trae Young, same scenario that we had a couple days ago. Brogdon, probably going to miss. Ball is priced up. Even if he plays, I don't want him. Jeff Teague is fine at 62. Rivers is fine. But I really like Aaron Holiday, he's cheaper than McConnell on FanDuel, even though he will see more minutes and will get the start definitely. At 4K, he's really nicely priced there on FanDuel. And then you could go with Derek White's a little bit more expensive. On DraftKings, he's a little bit more appealing at his price tag. Kendrick Nunn's been playing really good basketball, and he's been seeing a lot of minutes without Winslow. He makes for a nice play. But also Rivers at 4,500 is just going to see a lot of minutes. I think he's a decent value option. Shooting guard, you got to lock in Harden. At least FanDuel put him up to 12-7, but I still expect him to score 70-plus fantasy points once again in this one. Great matchup against Minnesota. Can't ask for really a better one. Got to love Harden there at shooting guard. And then I like Van Fleet, Lou Williams. I like Williams if Leonard's out. I like Van Fleet either way. And then for cheap options here, I think you can go maybe Ben McLemore, although he's kind of priced where he should be. There's not a lot. I think a shooting guard I would kind of pay up a little bit. Unless we get some insane value here. Unless Redick plays, you could play JJ Redick. Small forward here, Giannis 12.6. Definitely won't get to Giannis' price tag on this slate, just because I want to pay up for Harden. I want to pay up for Cat if I can. Here we have Daniel House. Should miss. I think he's going to be doubtful. Other guys that look appealing is definitely Jarrett Culver, 4,200. He's just going to see decent minutes. He's probably going to see around 30 minutes. Can put in a solid stat line, fill in the points, rebounds, assists, get a little bit of everything with some steals. Priced nicely if Wiggins is out. That's a really good point per dollar play. And power forward, the big news will be Kawhi Leonard. I like how they put Leonard at power forward and they put Paul George at small forward, so makes it easier to fit both in if you on days that you want to get both of them. But Covington's appealing, 58. Tucker at 5K. They look really good. They're the main interest. And then JaMychal Green, 3,900. He hurt a lot of people, including me, last time out, but definitely if Leonard is out, then he will see more minutes. And seems like he always struggles on back-to-back, something that I will definitely take into account in the future with him. Covington, 58. Definitely priced nicely. And that's it. That's what I'm liking for FanDuel. That's what I like for DraftKings. Same kind of deal, loading up on this Houston-Minnesota game. Sprinkling in some value from the Pacers, I think, is fine. The Pacers, the Miami Heat, and the Clippers. That's mainly what I'm looking, and the Raptors as well. But that's it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. You can like the video if you enjoyed, and good luck today.